Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, a TV show amazed millions. Then, everything changed when I found out my friends hadn't seen it. Only Netflix, master of all forms of streaming, could help them. And when we needed it most, it added all 3 seasons. Not even 100 seconds passed before I convinced my friends to start it. And although their binge watching skills are great, they have a lot to go before they complete the entire show. But I believe they are going to love it.
Let's go.
Welcome to the podcast where we're making Nora and Jaren watch Avatar The Last Airbender for the first time.
Say the line, Jaren.
Who the gosh darn heck are we?
I'm Daniel Hudson.
I'm Nora Jones.
I'm Olivia Weeks.
And I'm Joey Plyler.
Hello, Joey. I'm Hungry Harvey.
We have a special guest today.
Joey, the greatest man.
Our boy
I
Joe.
jumped the gun on my intro, didn't I? Sorry.
No, you're good.
Jaren likes to go last anyway.
So, Joey, we have wanted to have you on an episode of the podcast, I think since our one for The Incredibles.
Which was back in November.
Oh yeah.
A simpler
And
time.
I'm glad I'm finally able to join. Like, the stars have finally aligned to where I have time now. So
There's time now.
yeah.
Well, welcome. You picked a great episode to join.
Oh yeah. I'm
So,
excited to discuss.
yeah, we got a lot to cover.
Woo!
Starting
Yes.
off with the episode Jaren was initially dreading, the beach episode.
Yes!
Why were you dreading that?
Every anime has a beach episode.
And usually in anime, beach episodes are trash, but because Avatar is only inspired by anime, they took some creative liberties and made a good beach episode.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. I
It's a
enjoy
very
it.
good strategy.
Who would have thought that the beach episode would contain vital character development?
Right?
Like,
So
there's
yeah,
Oh, sorry, but like there was a post I saw like not too long ago. But it essentially boils down to like you can tell the quality of a show based on the quality of its filler episodes, and Avatar has some of the best filler episodes I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
like not that the beach is really a filler episode, but
I don't think you could call it because it's, even though most of the episode is our Fire Nation team just hanging out on the beach talking, like the
Yeah.
B plot is Sparky Boom Man attacking the gang for the first time,
Yeah.
which is kind of vital.
Yeah. And aside from that, vital character development for Zuko, Azula, even character development for May and Ty Lee.
Oh my god.
who I
High
thought were
development.
I thought they were just one note, gimmick characters.
Yeah, kind of like they're just kind of there, and then in this episode you get kind of they get I don't know how to say it, like
They got depth.
they get some meat.
they start to develop sympathy for our villain characters, and that's
Yeah.
another great check mark in Atla's favor. So
Yep.
Even Azula, who is just irredeemably pure evil.
Yeah.
She,
Do we want to skip straight to the campfire scene?
Yeah.
No, we
Why
can't,
not?
because
No.
we get we get Azula and
Chance.
Kylie not parallels, but like we get to see how their personalities differ, because Ty Lee is like this really bubbly, outgoing, flirty girl, and then Azula, who wants to be outgoing and flirty but can't, trying to be flirty, and it just doesn't happen, and it's the best.
She's just terrifying.
Let me just say, we are not allowed to fully discuss anything before we talk about the volleyball match because that was beautiful. And let me
Yeah.
just say,
You have been defeated for all time. You will never rise from the ashes of your shame. Oh, that was fun.
let me just say, being a volleyball player, all of Azula's speeches were like magnified versions of things like my coaches has said to me throughout the years. And I was just watching it and I was like, why is it kind of accurate though? Like it was so funny. It was a while ago I watched that episode, so I don't remember all the glorious details. I just remember needing to watch it all the time. So
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that and that's another really good part about this episode is like every major point we're seeing the development of these characters, and like they say in like Azula's old lady nanny people say at the beginning, you know, Ember Island smooths out off the rough edges. You know, we're seeing this development and hinting towards some of those deeper issues for some of the characters that we explore at the campfire scene near the end of the episode. I just think it's just such good character development.
Yes. I just
I
want to
almost-
say I strive to be those old women when I reach that age. Like, I want to, first of all, announce myself into the room how they announce everyone else into the room. And
You would.
just be absolutely iconic, like have my own photos just streamed throughout my home and then model them in my old age and just how they did. Because that nothing is better than that. And that's what I want.
I hope that for you too, Nora.
Thank you. Olivia, we can do it together.
I can see it.
It'll be us.
They're kind of like the old acrobat sisters from Coraline a little bit.
Oh,
Yes, Olivia,
that's
don't
the
deny. Don't deny our destiny. Don't deny our destiny.
yeah. So you have all that, and then you also have the party.
Oh yeah, what I was talking about.
Azula's attempts at flirting go down for one of the best moments in the series for me. It's a really sharp outfit, Shan. If you're not careful, you could puncture a hole in a destroyer-class warship, killing thousands.
You know, it got so sharp.
She's so evil.
That's why can't I find a girl that compliments me like Azula compliments her courtiers?
Oh man.
It was good character development though, because it shows like she's still a teenager and she still wants those things.
Yeah, she still has insecurities.
Yeah.
Like, I love the fact that once she realizes they don't know who she and her brother are, she's not like mad or wants recognition. She's like, this is an opportunity. I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah. It's her chance to see if it's not just her standing that makes people admire her. Because Azula her entire life has just been striving to be perfect to try to gain Ozai's favor, and it's you can see that in her reaction. She views people not as equals, but as but as like things to overcome and to use. And you can get that kind of idea with how she flirts with people, how she dominates the other team in volleyball. But at the same time, when people don't know who she is and she can't fall back on people fearing her, you have the like
You kind of
people don't like her. Yeah.
yeah.
People are intimidated and scared by her. So.
And then on the other hand, you have Zuko being jealous AF.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too. Oh, my little Zuko baby. He got so jealous.
Yeah. He is trying. He's giving her shells and stuff.
He
All
tried
I
so
But he's
hard.
also too jealous.
okay, he went over with the jealousy, but he did try with the gifts. I was proud of him in the beginning. He went downhill, but you know.
I like about this because we don't see the moment where Zuko and May got together. We kind of start book 3 with them already in a relationship, and it's the first sign of things not being perfect in that little.
For firebenders, things surely are on the rock for them.
They're both angsty, but they're different flavors of angst.
Yeah, it's very, every time I watch May and Zuko, I just think, wow, this is every time I would see people together in high school, that would be the couple. It would be them.
Yep.
The goth couple.
No, not even the goth couple. Just they would
Or would emo be the term?
they would be mad, and then the boy would be like, I didn't mean it. And they would be like, I would be over here like, yes, you did. And the boy would be like, fine. And then they would break up for like a week.
Their relationship does feel very high school, which is how they
Teenagers are so
break up, get back
fickle.
together.
It's so.
Sorry, Nora.
You know what? It's okay. It's all right.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
And it makes sense for them because one, they are like high school age.
Pretty
But
much.
Yeah,
they've never had the social, that social education that we get in school. Like they've been surrounded by servants their entire lives. So
Yeah, and in Zuko's case, banished for pretty much his entire teen years up till this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'll put a damper on your social development there.
It's just a very immature relationship
Yeah.
from both their sides.
it's once again, it's very high school.
Let me just say, I thought Tylee was kind of done wrong this episode. I thought all of them were very mean to her. She was just being outgoing, and all those boys came on to her, and maybe we didn't see it, but I didn't think she was like, except for the beach, maybe, but like at the party, it wasn't like she was like over necessarily flirting with them, and then she got cornered by all of them demanding to know her answer, and she had to get out of the situation, and then her friends practically slut shamed her on the beach, and I was like, that's not cool, guys.
And that's the entire thing because of that group, Ty Lee is the most socially adept, and that's one thing that irks them is because they don't have that kind of skill. That's why Azula has that talk with her, tries to learn how to flirt, because Tylee knows, but they don't. And for like the royal family that just strives to be perfect in everything, having something they're not good at really grates on them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like they did well with that aspect. I just thought maybe it would just only be Azula that took that angle, but it seemed like all of her friends kind of were like, you're with boys all the time, you're flirting with boys all the time. And I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't until this
think
episode that I
Zuko-
realized.
Like good people.
Huh?
I'm just saying, I think Zuko and May were like good people who are.
No, I don't know. I just felt bad for her. I mean,
That's the point, I think.
This is the episode where
Yeah.
you feel bad for all of them.
yeah.
Because there's
I will say,
Yep.
the campfire scene was like almost hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because,
I'm sorry.
I mean, Tylee gets pestered, May gets pestered until she blows up, Zuko gets pestered until he blows up. Azula doesn't really blow up, but
Azula's was just funny. I'm sorry.
she doesn't
No,
blow up,
it
but
is.
the cracks begin to show.
Yeah, she reveals some stuff, but she doesn't explode.
she's got too much composure for that, but not enough that she can't avoid talking
I don't
about.
know, but
My own mother thought I was a monster.
Yeah,
I mean, she was right, of course, but
I mean, that's
I
a
like
good
that part.
joke, but like, that's also Azula like trying to take the thing that damaged her and make it her own,
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to claim that as her thing.
Like that kind of attitude born from like a lifetime of repressing all feelings that didn't have to do with being martially superior to everyone else.
Like it's a joke, but it's no accident that she says that immediately after she realizes she opened up a little.
Oh yeah. She doesn't want that weakness to be revealed to the rest of them.
Mhm.
And then poor Zuko.
Oh,
The sorry,
It's
What
a-
was it?
I'll get my thoughts together.
Mm.
what, Nora?
Oh, I was just asking what he was saying, but Zuko's been through it. He kind of got. I don't remember now because it was once again it was a while ago I watched this episode, but I think he got on my nerves during this episode a little bit. But I think it was just watching the relationship argument. But I was glad he had some self-realization by the end. I'm really hoping that he'll continue to develop. But like I said, Joey, let me catch you up. I've had a prediction since the very dawn of this
Very big
Avatar podcast,
Oh, do
and it
tell.
is that Zuko is a teddy bear, and he will turn to the Aang side. From episode 1, Joey, I have said this. He will turn good, and he is a teddy bear, and I'm just waiting for it to happen. And this, my friends, this moment, this self-realization, little inner conflict, it builds towards the soft side. It builds a bear.
A bear.
all right, that's my favorite moment of your theory so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nori is ride or die for Teddy Bear Zuko.
Absolutely.
So, at what point in the Build-A-Bear process are we at the beach episode? Are we at like the stuffing part, or the putting in the heart, or the like washing?
Joey, listen, you would think you would think it would be a smooth ride, but this is what's happened. First, we picked our bear. It's Zuko form. As Zuko is, except it's a bear. And I had already dressed the bear, and I was already putting stuffing in. I was to the point where I got the heart where you whispered the wish, and I was like, Zuko is hot, and I was getting ready to put it inside the bear and zip it up. But then he turned on Iroh, and the stuffing got ripped out, and the heart was cut in pieces. However, some stuffing remained, and this moment allowed me to slowly compile in more stuffing. So one day, maybe, I can grab the heart and whisper the sweet, sweet words of Zuko is a hot, hot fireman.
Oh God, why?
Teddy bear. And that's all.
Beautiful.
That's where we're at. We're re-putting back in stuff.
That was great.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's great.
You don't get this anywhere else.
You really don't. I don't think
Have
there's.
somebody animate that.
I'm gonna spit my water everywhere.
Uh,
I also saw Zuko doing the WAP on TikTok, but that's a different topic.
Oh, okay. I saw
Let's not. Let's really not.
It was kind of horrific, but
Let's
anyway.
not.
I'm so
this
sorry.
podcast.
and we can go back to your thing if you want.
Oh, Jared, there he is.
Oh, I'm back. Yeah. My turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
if you had anything you wanted to say?
Oh, I guess when Zuko is talking about his feelings and Azula asks, "Are you mad at me?" I think Ty asks, "Are you mad at your uncle?" And he just yells that he's mad at himself. That was hard to watch.
the self-realization that Nora was talking about.
Yeah.
I ruined Jaren's moment. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm so sorry, Jaren.
That's the really great thing about this episode, with Zuko's speech and all of them blowing up and smoothing out those rough edges. it garners sympathy for a group that has been antagonizing our protagonist for the entire show. So
Yeah.
most casual watchers probably wouldn't have a whole lot of sympathy for them coming up, with the exception of maybe Zuko. But
Yeah.
for everyone else, and so it's just it's such good development.
And like, they're 4 of them are they're just kids.
Mhm.
Think about it. They've all been hurt and used by someone.
Yeah, and they're just now realizing the psychological toll that their parents have placed on them, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But speaking of blowing up, there is another part of this episode.
Oh,
Explosions are literal.
Sparky, boom, boom.
Oh yeah.
So, Nora, Jaren, when the assassin just started blowing things up with his mind, what was your first reaction?
That sure is a angry man. Evil, bad man.
oh wait, are we talking about the eye tattoo forehead man?
Yes.
Yeah, Sparky,
Oh,
boom,
I
boom.
thought you were talking about when they blew up the beach house.
No, that was fun, but
I thought you were asking my opinion on that, and I was gonna say that opinion was hilarious when it froze at the end. It reminded me of the Pokemon Go end cards where like they're all frozen except there was fire everywhere. But now I realize you. But
Team
now
Team
I'm actually
Valor.
talking about something more serious.
Victory.
So
Wow, Pokemon Go. Daniel and I used to go around campus playing that.
Oh god.
But yeah, so Sparky Boom Boom Man,
Mhm.
did he blow your mind?
he's in this episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
When he first attacks the gang.
Is Aang
Yeah.
in this episode?
Yes.
What are they doing? I don't even remember that.
Running away from him.
I will BRB.
Nora's like, what are they doing?
Wait,
Well-
I don't remember that at all.
Well, you got to remind me to remind you to rewatch the episodes.
I'm so sorry. Wait, can you set the scene for me? I'll remember it once you do that.
Okay. Basically, everybody in Team Avatar was just kind of playing in the water, and Aang gets spotted by some Fire Nation soldiers. They send a letter to like warn people the Avatar is back, but it's intercepted by the Vulture Eagle,
Oh.
and our good
Hockey.
Sparky Boom Man finds it, and he attacks them at night.
Where does he attack them?
It starts outside the lake, and then the battle moves between him and Aang in that place with all the rock pillars.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't remember the actual fight, but I remember that Aang was spotted in the water. Some guy sent a note, which was very very conveniently destroyed by Rocky Boom Man or whatever his name is.
Wow.
And I thought that was lucky. That really could have ruined the show. And well, not the show, but the plot that we're on. And all I remember is him and the hawk at the very end. And for some reason, my mind is just erased an entire fight scene.
Well,
I'm so
that's
sorry.
a shame.
As long as you remember what Sparky Boom Man does.
He makes sparks and booms
Yes.
From
And with
his.
concentration.
I
Yeah.
remember. He goes boom, boom, boom with his mind hole, and like lasers them from the sky like a majestic fire god. And then they run, and they're like, "This guy's bad," and I'm like, "Thank you for pointing that out, Aang." And there's fire and stuff.
Yeah.
Good
It's
job. She did it.
So my impression was I forgot. I was obviously more impressed by the Pokemon Go end card. I'm so sorry.
As you should be. I mean,
Pokemon Go to the polls, am I right?
It's
Yeah.
better than my. It's better than my Go Diego Go comparison.
Oh no, nope.
No, we're not going back there.
Joey, for context,
No,
I'm
no
gonna say-
contact.
Nora once compared the animation of this show to that of Go Diego Go.
It was the first episode. It was the very first episode.
Okay.
Well, I will have to go back and watch that then.
No.
But yeah, so I think for his first interaction with the gang, the fact that they can only run from him is kind of
He's kind of OP.
yeah, because this part of the show, like right now, when we're just kind of waiting for the invasion, there's not a lot of motivation for Team Avatar to like go somewhere, do something the way they have.
And lest we forget Sokka's immaculate list.
Well, yeah, Sasuke's got a schedule. Guitar ruined that.
As
But-
she ruins most things.
Ooh,
Huh?
Whoa!
Huh? You want
Stop.
to say it again?
I was singing a different tune by the 4th episode of this.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay.
well, anyway. So, the fact that, there's not a lot of, like, motivation for them to go somewhere and do something the way books 1 and 2 have really had for them.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're now being pursued is a shakeup that is appreciated. And, like, they've fought Azula, they've fought Zuko, and they've sometimes come out on top, sometimes had to retreat. But
Get a lightning bolt to the back.
they could do nothing basically in this one.
They're getting hunted.
Yeah, they were
again.
kind of
Going
helpless.
back to your roots.
Yeah, basically just being hunted by the Terminator.
Yeah.
But the hunt takes a break in the next episode. The
Hey,
Avatar and the Fire Lord. We
great
learn
episode.
a crap ton of lore.
My theory was correct that it was going to be not about Aang and Zuko, but instead about Roku and Sozin.
He was correct.
It technically is about.
Well, yeah, I know. If you want to be technical about it.
There's parallels.
Calm down, Olivia. Let him have his win of theory. He's Louise.
I never win anything, ever. I'm kind of used to it.
That is not true. You win, Jared. You're a winner.
Say it.
You've won
Yeah.
the hearts of your friends.
Yeah.
Aww.
Thanks.
But yeah, I think discussion of this episode is going to be kind of short because, like, even though like Roku's backstory and such is cool, and we learn a lot about how Sozin rose to power and left him for dead. Like the main takeaway from this episode is what Zuko and Aang get out of it.
Yeah.
Mainly that Aang learns, yeah, there's some evil people, but there's also some good people. And Zuko learns that his family history is a lie. And he is actually descended from Avatar Roku.
We can't forget. Friendships last lifetimes.
It
Yeah.
establishes that connection.
This
between
is
Zuko
where
and
we
Aang.
this is where we added more stuffing. More stuffing is planted through that foreshadow.
I think I let out an audible "aw" when we got to see Monkey Otto.
Yeah, I love that moment where you realize, because imagine what it must have felt like for Monkey Otso to learn that his student was, the reincarnation of one of his best friends.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I love the relationship between Aang and Monkey Otto because he's kind of the closest thing Aang had to like his parent.
Yeah,
I love Aang.
I do too. Like I've really come to like Aang. I've liked him since the
Olivia.
first.
What?
Oh wait, Jaren, you finished. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I finished it.
You just cut out for a second. I didn't hear you talking.
No, I just said I've really come to like Aang a lot. I liked him since the first episode. So like, I don't know. He's a good protagonist. He's nice.
Agreed. But Olivia, I thought you would be proud because I personally didn't. But somebody said that I reminded them of Aang, and I was like, Olivia would be so proud of me.
Actually, I can kind of see that actually.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's very sweet. I love you all so much with my entire heart.
There's Aang. There's you.
But let's be honest, I'm Appa, and
Yeah. Your unproblematic fave.
All right.
So
Yeah, that's pretty much all that happened. Is we learned some history.
yeah, but one
We
big
also-
thing is. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
We also have the interesting parallels to imperialism in our real world society, so that's fun.
Indeed.
Kids shows sure do love their imperialism.
Oh yeah. And
And
so
the dangers of it.
Steven Universe and She-Ra.
yeah. Like now, once it came out on Netflix, the discourse has been a lot about conflating America with the Fire Nation,
Yeah.
but like
I mean,
going it to conflating like Asian cultures with the different cultures in the show. Fire Nation being like Japan,
mhm.
specifically imperialist Japan, like pre-World War II. And
I mean,
I
they
just think
intentionally look a lot like samurai, like their armor
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
like the clues are there, and it's just really interesting. Those real world tie-ins, because you have like a small island nation with a technologically superior army going up against uh, a nation with a vastly larger population and more land. So you have the parallels between Japan and invading China, and it's just really interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The show goes all in with historical parallels and such.
Yeah.
Smart. I like it.
I think the biggest part of this episode is that Iroh finally spoke to Zuko again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got to hear Iroh's new voice actor, who, let us say, does a really good job sounding like Mako.
Oh yeah.
He's carrying the torch well.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have realized if y'all had told me, but I could hear a little difference. But his he did a
He's a
really
little
good job.
higher.
Yeah, that's what it was. He's slightly higher, but honestly, if y'all hadn't told me the story behind it, I probably wouldn't have noticed. He's doing a really good job.
And he also gives Zuko his inheritance, a little headpiece to be worn by the crown prince,
That was
That's
sweet.
right.
which belonged to both of his great-grandfathers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was this episode. Really like seeing Roku in his prime. And also, just the fact that it took Roku 12 years to master all the elements, and Aang basically has 3 of them at age 12.
Aang is a speedrunner confirmed.
Yeah. He's gonna get that Mario 64 on Switch.
It really should not be understated just how powerful of an avatar Aang is to have come this far at such a young age.
Oh my God, Aang is.
Olivia and I have had this discussion
I've had
recently,
this discussion so many times.
and I won't get her started.
Okay, moving on.
Aang too powerful, please nerf.
Aang is pretty powerful.
So next episode,
The next episode is our
Oh.
Toph.
That does make me think. There should totally be an Avatar fighting game. I would love that.
I bet there is.
there was
Like-
a Flash
like a-
Avatar fighting game on
Wow.
Nickelodeon.com back when it was originally airing. I would play it all the time.
I'll
I
try
had
to find it on like the Wayback Machine or something.
DS game for the like I had Avatar: The Burning Earth, and I played that crap out of that on my DS.
So I think there should be like an RPG or a fighting game
Like
That'd be so cool.
Quidditch, but Avatar.
No, like Street
Every-
Fighter,
Is
Mortal
Quidditch an
Kombat.
RPG?
She said quit.
Soul Calibur, Tekken. Not Nancy Drew.
Stop it. That is not the only video game I play. It's just the most superior one I play. Everyone go to Her Interactive and play Nancy Drew games. They're for all ages. They're smart. You have to do puzzles. And I'm done plugging it now because it doesn't need any more plugs because that's how good it is.
I was always an Encyclopedia Brown kind of guy.
Mm.
For my child detective.
Joey, you're a gem.
Well, my email still has Nancy Drew in it, and I've sent it to tons of colleges to start applying. And every time it is quite a trip explaining why my email is my email.
Imagine getting an email from Nancy Drew.
It's so bad. It's
That's-
so embarrassing. I just haven't changed it yet.
That would be a boon, though. Can you imagine that pitch meeting? It's like, Dean, you won't believe this. Nancy Drew is applying to our college.
It's so bad.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes applied last week.
Nancy Drew isn't real.
Stop. Everyone needs to stop it right now. It's so
Wait.
bad.
Just wait till the Benoit Blancs start applying.
We've all
Oh,
Okay.
I'd
I
like
believe we
to
were talking
apply
about
to this here university.
So, The Runaway.
Top episode.
I love this episode.
Tough Tara episode.
I was going to say that this was probably my least favorite episode out of the batch, but not necessarily because it's off. Like, she's great. It's just, I think I liked the other ones better.
Well, I will say, this is the one that one that began to save Katara for me.
Huh?
This is the episode that began to save Katara for me.
Yeah.
I used
We're all aware of your infamous Katara hate
not
Joe-
hate.
since episode 1. This man has just been like, I hope Katara dies.
Wait, I never said that. What are you talking about?
Tara can be a bit overbearing.
There's some stuff said.
No,
behind
listen,
the scenes.
wait, no. Stop bashing on Katara.
Not
I
bad.
You're gonna need to make another apology video, Daniel, for lying.
No. I bashed on Katara one time for The Great Divide, which we've already discussed isn't a good episode. So I feel like that shouldn't count. And
Like,
ever since then, she's just really, really built her way to the top. She's iconic. She's wonderful. Legendary, outstanding, one of a kind, original, never seen before.
Hey,
I never said I didn't like Katara. I just said I think she's kind of annoying.
and why? Why? You no. Can
I
we
do have to.
do a
I do have
synopsis
to
of
admit,
this episode so I can prove Jared wrong?
not.
No,
this
I know. I'm
episode.
saying after this one, I really came to like her.
No, but she's gotten on my nerves. She usually will get on my nerves at least once an episode, but then I love her because then she does something iconic. But like, yeah, I could see that. So
it's up and down with Katara, but like she's the type of character that really shines when she's paired with other characters.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
Toph in this episode.
Like Toph, because they're so different, they ground each other.
exactly.
Pun intended,
Katara.
because Toph's an earthbender.
I think you have to have a character like Katara, like no matter what, even if she's not your favorite, because somebody has to be kind of that guiding force that she is.
Yeah, this isn't a Disney property. She's the mom of the group, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Disney would have killed her off because she's a mom.
Yikes.
Technically, this show killed off her mom.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought of a bad
my
joke.
God.
I thought of a bad joke. I was thinking, plot twist. Katara's mom was not killed. Oh, wait, we're not there. Never mind. You have to wait. Let me know when we get to the puppeteer.
Okay.
So I have something to say at the end of that one too.
Well, for now, let's do some Runaway talk. Don't run away from it.
Ha.
Anyway, things are a little on edge between Katara and Toph, and it doesn't get any better when Toph decides to become a master scam artist,
Yeah.
making the group lots of money, and basically just getting so good at it that she becomes a wanted criminal.
We get blind jokes in this episode.
So
Yes,
many
we
blind jokes.
do.
Toph, what's this? Well, it sounds like a piece of paper.
But I assume it's what's on the piece of paper you're referring to.
Best character
She's
of
like,
the whole
well,
show.
here's a picture of me. Does it kind of look like me? And he's like, oh, yeah, actually, it kind of does.
And she believes it because she can tell if he's lying or not, but he actually thinks it looks pretty good. My favorite.
Sokka is a great artist. You can't change my mind. Sokka's best artist.
Well, okay, so my favorite
I'm
one.
working on my APA. It looks real great to me.
Real
Why do you
quick,
feel the need to do
No.
this?
my
He's
favorite
an
blind joke is definitely the one where they send the letter to Katara.
Yeah.
But it's great because it highlights that Toph. It reaffirms Toph can't write, and that comes back at the end of the episode. Where
Mhm.
Exactly.
help to write a letter to her mom.
I think it's funny when Sokka's like, well, we have the same problem because I sent one to Toph.
This is like also one of the best new characters introduced in this episode. We get Hockey.
Yes, hockey.
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 Hockey leaves at the end, though.
Yeah.
He's on a mission.
He runs away.
Hockey.
The
The
Hawk.
hawk.
Nora, this is why I need to remind you to rewatch the episodes.
No, I when you said hockey, I was thinking of a person as well.
Well, I was thinking of the sport hockey, and that somebody was nicknamed it, and I was like, how did I not remember that?
No, it's
Wait.
Hawk.
Are we talking about Evil Man Eyes Hawk?
No, it's Sokka's messenger hawk that he buys with all the scam.
Oh, the owl. Oh wait, that's
The
a hawk.
A
Sorry.
hawk.
Hawk.
Hockey.
Why would the Fire Nation have an owl? Aren't
I
they
was
nocturnal?
No, I was about to say, oh yeah, the owl, and it's like Harry Potter, but then I remembered it's Hawk. And I'm so sorry. I promise I'm not stupid. I just say stupid things without thinking it through.
Okay. But yeah,
Speaking of through lines, you're talking about you mentioning Toph's right, Toph letting know that she can't write, leading to the whole connection between Katara helping her write a letter to her mom. We have another through line between this episode and the next episode, with Katara figuring out she can sweatbend.
Yes. That was the point I was gonna make after we've done the puppeteer, because it's directed at Nora.
What?
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, Nora. Don't worry.
You can't see. Okay.
we'll get to it.
Do
But
we
yeah,
have any? Yeah. I don't want to push into the next episode yet. Though. What else do you
we
guys have?
still have big conversations to have. The heart-to-heart between Toph and Sokka that Katara overhears.
That was so sweet.
Yeah.
That's a moment where, like, even though people, like, there are a lot of people that think Katara is just, like, really annoying, and they're like, well, she doesn't have to, like, control everything they do, blah, 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 blah. That's people's main argument. And then they see this episode, and they're like, well, crap, I feel really bad now.
Yeah,
No, you
that's
need
literally my reaction.
You need someone. I mean, they're children. Like, even though Sokka is older, like, they're children. They need someone that is at least smart enough and brave enough as Katara to guide them through everything that they've been through. Like, the desert episode, they would have never made it out of there if Katara hadn't stepped up and taken charge. Sokka
Yeah.
was on eggplant juice or cactus juice, and Aang was having a temper tantrum. Toph couldn't
Could not see.
A rightfully earned temper tantrum.
It was not a temper tantrum. That was rage.
Oh no, he
Rage.
deserved a temper tantrum.
Yeah, rage awakens, like.
I had a temper tantrum. Aang had a temper tantrum. Appa was gone. It was rightly deserved. We can't talk about it again. I get upset. But anyway, Katara is our true leader, and she just genuinely cares for all the members of the group, and she's just very compassionate.
And like Zuko and his group, Team Avatar, they're all very much products of their upbringing.
Yeah.
So Katara grew up without a mother and had to be the mother had to be the mother figure to Sokka and the rest of the folks in the village. You know, her grandma notwithstanding, but she had to take on a whole lot of responsibility at a very young age. And Toph, on the other hand, had everything handpicked for her, and so that aspect of her character is already well fleshed out. Like when we meet Toph, like in that episode. So I won't go into that again. But
Their upbringings are so perfectly calibrated to put them at odds,
oh yeah,
and that's such a good trick of writing that this show has going for it.
Absolutely.
Great job.
10 out of 10. Chef's kiss. Mwah.
It's good.
Then Katara tries to pull a scam with Toph, and it backfires because Sparky Boom Man is there.
Freaking Sparky Boom Bomb. He is a party pooper.
He really is.
You would
Is
think
that
since he shoots like lasers of confetti out of his soul that like he could bring some fun, but no, he has to be evil and junk.
yeah.
Like
I was about
it's
to say he's more like a party popper. Which is,
There you go.
Like you have on 4th of July.
But yeah,
On the ground.
he basically was about to kill Aang if Katara had not frozen his head solid.
Mm-hmm.
and I think we get in this episode a little hint to a possible resolution to Sparky Boom Boom Man's
Yeah, when he
weakness.
gets pebble in the
Yes.
forehead.
We freeze his head.
No, when he gets hit in the head with a pebble.
Oh
And it
yeah.
blocks
Like Goliath.
chi in his
Oh,
eye.
I wonder if that was a Bible reference.
Could've
Also, he is big enough.
Really?
Like that shot when he walks through the door, and you like have Katara for scale, and like he has to enter sideways and ducking. He's that big.
Yeah, I mean, this show makes so many references.
You can
I
interpret
wouldn't,
however you want.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did it as like a little thing but you could probably just interpret it how you want.
It's not like J.K. Rowling where they just
No.
say after the fact.
Stop it! Stop it!
I hate her so much.
So do I.
Don't do that. Don't bring her into this.
Yeah, I was just about to say no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not worth it.
We should be talking about the real writer of the novel,
Can you, like-
Daniel Radcliffe.
Can you like bleep her name out whenever we say it?
Yeah.
She doesn't even deserve the recognition.
Yeah. Cut
Anyway,
it out.